Have you struggled with how do I feel the way I want to feel when I'll have that which I want to manifest? Because if I'm supposed to be a vibrational match to it, how do I feel like that so that I am a vibrational match? Or how do I feel the affirmation and they're not just words? Or how do I experience a visualization so that it alters me? It puts me in state. If you've had any of these questions, please watch this till the end, because I'm going to show you how you already know how to do this and are doing it. You're just not aware of it. Hi, I'm Susan Jane Rome. I've been coaching women for 30 years to realize their fullest potential and to live their greatest lives. You realizing your full potential and succeeding at this time on the planet as a conscious woman is my passion. So, I studied acting a long time ago, and the best definition I ever found for good acting came from a very famous acting teacher whose technique I studied actually, whose name was Sanford Meisner. So, acting is the ability to live truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Isn't that exactly what we want to be doing when we're manifesting? Because before the manifestation has arrived, it's an imaginary circumstance, but you want to live truthfully. Because you manifest who you're being, not what you want. So who you're being needs to be a vibrational match to that. One of the techniques that we used, because here's the thing, let's say I got cast in a role and I was at my mother's bedside and she was dying. But I had both my parents and I'd never had anybody close to me die. How would I know how to live truthfully under those circumstances?
Real and raw. I took a break to go watch the sunset, and when I got back, the video quality isn't great. But the message is, so don't go anywhere. Plus, it's Mercury retrograde.
Many years ago, I was an actress. I studied and loved the craft, the art of acting. And I studied in a program that was developed by a very famous acting teacher by the name of Sanford Meisner, who to me had the best definition of what acting is. The ability to live truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Isn't that exactly what manifesting is? How do you live truthfully though your manifestation isn't here yet? It's an imaginary circumstance. One of the main tools that we used was called not acting as if. It was simply as if. So if I got a script that said I was at the bedside, my character was at the bedside of my dying mother, but I had both my parents and I'd never had anybody close to me die. So emotionally, I wouldn't know exactly what it felt like. That didn't mean I couldn't do it. That meant that number one, I had to know myself and I had to know the truth of what had meaning to me. Not what I was socialized or taught or adapted to or conditioned into, but what really had meaning to me. And then I would fantasize, I would create a circumstance so it's as if. Stay with me, because for you to get into the feeling, which is the vibrational match to what you're wanting to manifest, you need to be in that vibration or that emotion. Then you go, it's as if. So for me, I could say, I don't know if you've seen my little white, I call her a puppy, but she's definitely not a puppy. I adore her. She's a magical little being. So I would fantasize and I'd say, it's as if I was out on a walk and somehow Mediba broke away and this huge truck, like, it's even hard for me to say it. You see, it has real meaning, so real feelings going to come up, real emotion. It's as if I saw her body go under the wheel of that huge truck. Now, if I closed my eyes and let myself fantasize about that, I would feel those feelings. So I would do that preparation before I entered, and then, number 2, I would walk on stage or onto set, and I don't hold on to the emotion. I don't hold on to what I'm wanting to manifest. Then I'm present in relationship with the actress who's playing my mother. 2 very key aspects, right? So I want to show you that you already do this. You know how to do this. It's tapping into what you're already doing. So let's say that you are in a restaurant and you're waiting for a family member that you love very much, who's joining you for lunch, and you sit down and you're excited and you're waiting for them and you haven't seen them for ages. And then you look around and suddenly you notice, hey, it's 15 minutes late and they're not here, and they're usually very punctual. So maybe you'll feel a little unease, and then you just people watch or enjoy a beverage of your choice. Then it's half an hour late. Now that's unusual. You check your phone, no message, no text, no phone call. And you're like, maybe they got stuck in traffic. But you're a little uneasy. You're starting to get a little anxious. Then it's an hour. Now you're worried. What if something happened? What if they had an accident? What if they got sick? What if? And you become anxious. Your breathing gets tight. You're in a state of anxiety. You've just tapped into this facility. See, none of that is true. That's all only happening in your head. So we do it usually related to worry. Now you want to learn to do that, to tap into the exact feeling, emotion of what your manifestation will inspire you to feel. And create that now, which is why I keep saying clarity is key. You've got to know exactly what you're manifesting and then fantasize about how you'd feel. And then create a fantasy that brings up that feeling, whatever that is. If it's you'd feel on top of the world, you'd feel unstoppable. What's a fantasy? What would you be doing? Where are you? Let yourself fantasize. Your subconscious doesn't know the difference between past, future, real, imagined. That's how you tap into it. That's the as if. You're not acting. So what's the difference between good acting and acting that doesn't really move you? Yeah, you watch, but you're not really drawn in. A great actor draws you in because their reality is so clear to them that they pull you into it. And even though you know that this is a movie or it's a play, it's not real, you go along and your emotions are involved. You respond as if it were true. You want to use that exact ability for yourself consciously. And the more you practice that fantasy, the more your subconscious accepts it as reality, and so it is to be. It's simply a matter of time until you're living that. I hope that makes sense to you. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments. And if you got any value from this video, subscribe. I am devoted to you consciously manifesting, to your mastery, to your mindset, and to your meditation practices, so you live a life of joy and abundance. I love you.